We are live, you say? Oh
Yep.
shit, it's been 1 minute past, man. Wait, do we sound okay? Let me do a check. Wait, do we sound okay?
Test.
Let me do a check.
Does the voice sounds okay? Yes.
Okay, sure. Good. Test, it was successful. And we're late by 1 minute.
Yeah.
So in Germany we would already be,
Cancelled.
I mean, maybe more in Japan, because there you saw
Yeah.
if they missed the
Yeah.
train for like 7 seconds or 14 seconds, they already handing out the apologies. I mean, Japan is next gen when it comes to that, they really have order there.
Yeah.
Wait, oh, look at that. Classic David with the first one. Hi, Alex. Will be on time once again. Well, I love that you're on time, David, of course. I loved almost all trades you suggested over the past 7 days. Yet I think that last Ethereum was one based on more visual thinking than on rational judgment. Well, I guess I have to address that question. And I already did kind of in the chat. Okay, Mario. Okay, Mario already mad in the chat, and have to address kind of that question. What was I? It's not visual thinking, right? I mean, what this trade represented really was just a scalp at the end of the day, right? So the area is really located here, and you kind of created this structure which kind of resembles the V, right? If you look at it, it kind of resembles the letter V. And the thing is, right now, because it went so deep, and then closed back right back above, when it comes back, right, you can take the trade again here, with the stop loss just under this, and have a little bit of a bounce, right? And at the end of the day, like, you're not wrong. The visual thinking is going all the way up here. That's the visual thinking right here, right? To go all the way out to 720, right? That is definitely visual thinking. But for you to bounce to the first profit take, which is around here, is not visual thinking at all, because such structures are being played every day, and most likely there are quite successful, right? I mean, I would not say that it's a high time frame success rate, because it's definitely not. It was shorted on lower time frames, so we are under 4 hours, but it's a good trade. At the end of the day, it's one of those trades I take, and I take it all the time, and it plays out many times. Definitely plays out a lot more in crypto than it does in forex. In forex, a trade like this would not play out that many times, but in crypto, definitely, especially placing that stop loss under the low, it is usually quite effective, right? And you can see those trades all the way, right? You can see those trades all the way here and all the way here. Like, you've seen many V's. Obviously, you have to train a little bit before you can see them, right? But if you look at it closely, and if you train for a while, you practice or study trading or something, you will see this sort of a quote-unquote patterns, because I don't really trade patterns, but I call them that, so I kind of make it easier for you guys, so you can see them all around the charts, and they work plenty of times. But I do agree with you, man. I do agree with you that price will most likely, by the structure we did here, will most likely end up at 520. I do agree with that as well, but that doesn't mean we cannot trade it, right? That doesn't mean we cannot trade it, that we cannot take shorts, that we cannot take longs, right? And essentially, if it goes under here, I will be definitely shorting as well, right? So going both ways. I'm gonna play both ways as charts command me, and for so far we haven't lost an area, so I am well in my safe territory to take the scalp. And scalps are some of those trades that you just risk. I usually risk even less than 1% on scalps. I usually risk like 0.5 or something like that, right? So yeah, basically it's again, you're playing the odds, right? I mean, the first profit take is like 1.5R. So for me, that's good enough odds. So if my odds are 50% and first profit take is 1.5R, well, then I'm well enough going to be profitable on long-term speaking, right? And also, if you look at it right this, the specialty of scalps airs, as you get something like this, you can immediately put your stop loss to the break even, right? And you just wait for it and see kind of what's going to happen with it, right? It's not, you cannot always put it to break even, depends on how the structure it looks like, right? But if you can limit your loss to like 0.1R or 0.2R, and if it plays out you get 1.5R, well, that's good enough odds for me to play with, right? I mean, that essentially over the long time periods, that will make you a lot of money. Okay, so Mario, okay, hello noob. Okay, you don't have to be insulting people in here, Mario, right? Hello, Alex. How are you doing, man? Well, thank you for this question, man. I'm doing quite fine. I mean, I am a little bit tired lately because there's a lot of work, and I'm trying to keep up with everything and trading, in general. And you know how our holidays are, right? I mean, should be taking a little bit on chill, but I'm not. So, I mean, hopefully January is gonna be a little bit more peaceful. Time for some wishful wow videos. Yep, they truly are. I mean, I tried to. I guess that's becoming a meme now, really, huh? I mean, I'm not trying to be a wishful thinker, guys. I'm just trying to play the charts as they command me, right? I mean, like, I am just kind of a little bit surprised how so many people all of a sudden want to be bearish. I mean, holy shit. Like, all my life when we were like going down, I was calling for more bearish, and everybody was pissed with me. But no, when we are suddenly a little bit more bullish and I'm calling a little bit of a bullish times, then everybody seems to be mad again because I'm calling bullish time, right? I mean, guys, I'm gonna give you a simple advice right here. Just stop trading against the trend. Like, just stop it. I mean, it's like it's losing you a lot of money, right? I mean, it's like if you go just to simple daily time frame, I mean, if you started trading against the trend right here, holy fuck, you lost a lot of money, right? I mean, what's the point? Just go with the trend. I mean, essentially speaking, Ethereum, to match the Bitcoin, Ethereum can get at least to here, or at least even up to here. It's definitely possible. So why would I fight the trend before the trend shows me that it's gonna go elsewhere? That makes no sense to me. And it's like people go on Tesla and they short it. Like, why would I short Tesla? I mean, do I think Tesla is overvaluated? Well, sure as fuck I do. It's overvaluated. I sure as fuck I do. I don't think they're worth more than Volkswagen, on Audi, and all of those companies combined. But I'm not gonna short it. I'm not crazy, man. I'm just gonna play the trend, right? And as trend shows me the otherwise, I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna get wrecked on one trade, or maybe get wrecked on two trades, and then I'm gonna jump across and just be on short on the other side, right? And sooner or later, I'm gonna nail the side doing that, and then I'm gonna ride the whole side up, right? Like I did here. I ride it the whole side up, and then when it's gonna flip, I'm gonna ride the whole side down. That's the beauty of crypto. I mean, look at what we did this year. Just simple chart on Bitcoin. Oops, not this one, yeah. So look what we did. A simple chart on crypto, daily, right? We went all the way down here and all the way up here in all the 1 year, right? What is that? That was like 70% drop right here. Sorry, I get 60% drop, sorry about that. And from 60% drop, 400% increase. So why would I fight against the trend, right? I mean, like, I'm gonna ask you honestly, did we expect, right here, I'm gonna zoom in, did we expect that we are gonna go from 10K, right? From 10K, did we expect that we are gonna go from 10K in one candle all the way down to 3K? Are you gonna honestly tell me that we expected it? Like, if you're telling me yes, then no. I mean, I know no one expected it, right? I know people thought we were gonna stop here, and people thought we were gonna stop here, and people thought we were gonna stop here. But essentially speaking, you were trading, by doing that, you were trading against the trend. And look at me, I was right here. I was shorting, right? And I caught this entire move all the way down to 3K where I started flipping over, right? And that doesn't mean that I didn't take a long here. I did because I was trying to catch the other side as well by knife catching it. But it's also important to remember that was a hedge, and I just ride it all the way down in here while I tried to get a little bit of a hedge in between. It didn't work out, but for me, it's actually better than it doesn't work out, because I made shit ton more money on shorts than I lose on longs, right? And that's the thing. I'm just I'm just riding the trend as long as it gives me, right? Before I flip it over, and then when the chart flipped it over, I was, just riding up. And obviously, again, I took shorts, and again, some of the shorts played out. Some of the shorts I tried to, flip it to the runners, and I got wrecked on them as well because they were a hedge trade. But, essentially speaking, again, I was making more money because the trend was going up, and I was way more heavily invested in the bullish trend, especially when we broke 10,500. 10,500 was one of my points. I was preaching about this point maybe for like 2 months straight or something like that, right? And when we break 10,500, we're going to be in bull market. This is exactly where I stacked most of my longs back as well that I sold on this way up. Right? And since then, I've just been riding the trend. And obviously, I hedge when the price goes up. But I'm still more heavily involved in longs because the trend is upwards, right? And I'm actually glad to be wrecked on shorts so that I end up making more money on longs, right? And I say that all the time. Even when I do videos on Ethereum or something and I say like I'm gonna short this breakdown, I'm like, hopefully it doesn't play out because I'm gonna make more money if, you know, I'm actually still gonna be able to long it if it still goes up to $700, right? So yeah, hi Alex. I ended up doing the small trade on BTC, which we talked about last week. I'm thinking she's pretty much done now. What do you think? XVC, what is that? Is that? Wait, what is that trade again? Do I remember this? Oh wait, did we talk about it down here? Wait, what was the last stream? First. Huh, interesting. So I guess we only could have talked about it down here. So wait, did we say that if it hold this area that it's gonna go, it's gonna test the highs? Okay, so if you've done a trade like that, then congratulations, because that was a beautiful trade.
Against BTC,
against BTC. Okay, sorry, that makes sense. Okay, sorry. Oh man, what did we do here?
It's pretty much...
yeah, pretty much the same shit, right? If it holds this, we're good, but if it goes under this, I want to be out of here. So if you played it like that, then congratulations, because you did a good move there. What do you think now? Well, definitely what I want to see now is want to break this, right? So right now, again, the problem is what you got was a little bit of wicks, right? A little bit of wicks that went above and didn't really confirm the area. So now you're absolutely right. It can go retest all the way down this to the bottom, and this time it can go retest a little bit deeper. So it's not even impossible to go to be filled on this due to the fact of how big these wicks are, and you're kind of closing on a bearish area right here. As a kind of a bearish close, you know. So, I mean, the best core scenario for you would be to stop here, but I don't believe you will stop here due to the fact that, you know, I mean, how you closed with such a huge candles. I do think the drop is going to be a little bit more steep. Obviously, I could be wrong, right? So if you're bullish on this thing, I would start buying from, so almost 2000 Satoshi, right? And I will be buying all the way down to 1700, right? So that would be kind of my plan if you were holding this one. But you got to average it out a little bit because the stop loss, I can't imagine stop loss being small here, right? So the first stop loss is already going to be a huge one probably. Oh, wait, it's actually 10%. Okay, it's not that bad, right? It's not that bad, yeah. So if you stack it all the way down here, then the last stop loss is obviously under here, right? So then it's like, yeah, 30%. The last stop loss is definitely huge for this part, but, you know, you won't exactly know where it's going to stop due to this close. It's not really the best close ever, right? You would essentially want it to go a little bit more above, but this candle really rejected it hard. I can imagine a lot of whales sold here. I mean, that was a huge candle, right? Yep, look at that. That's a 17% candle right there. Shit. Yep. So that could end up being bad, yeah. It's not wishful thinking if you are playing a... yeah, oh, okay, so that was I was talking about. It's not wishful thinking you're playing a statistic-proven trading plan. You just won't win every trade. It's just part of the game. Exactly, yes. Thinking I'm too waiting for 520 if I plan for knife catching heavily. Yes, so yes, it's not statistic. I mean, at the end of the day, you have to figure out your own statistics. Your statistics won't be the same as my statistics, and obviously it took me a very long time to figure out my statistics, right? This is why you have to journal your trades, and you just have to go by trial and error. And you know, when it comes to the classic David or to how we trade is very different, right? You like to figure out where the market goes next, while I just don't predict market. I couldn't give a shit, right? If Bitcoin ends up being 30 grand or it ends up being 10 grand, right? I just need to be on the right side and then just trade that side and it goes up, right? But a lot of people like to predict, I don't know, Bitcoin being 50 grand, Bitcoin being 100 grand, Bitcoin being million, right? Of course, if you're holding Bitcoin, that is more wishful thinking than my trading strategy. Let's be honest, right? I mean, if you're thinking the Bitcoin is going to go to, I don't know, 300, 400 grand, that would be more wishful thinking than, you know, just taking a little scalp on Ethereum and trying to make that 1.5% for as little risk as possible, right? Okay. Wait, I'm bull for one last push. Yeah, so it's actually a funny anecdote. I was, if you remember, guys, in 2017, right, where the first drop happened, right? When this drop happened, everybody was, you know, still wishful thinking that we will go above 20K, even though we already started losing major areas, and it was pretty obvious that we're going to be started breaking down. But even as we went further down, people started saying, okay, I just need one more bull and I'm out. I just need that one more bull and I'm out, right? You guys probably remember that, right? And now if you look at it, people actually got that one more bull, and now no one is going to go out, right? So that's the question. So after this bull, people will say again, like, after one, I just need one more bull and then I'm for sure out, right? Because people got wrecked heavily. But maybe the problem is, I mean, the thing is, we probably, if we can break 20 grand, right, and which we kind of honestly did on weekly basis, we'd had higher candles, we're most likely not going to get wrecked any like that, like we did in the past, anytime soon anymore, right? I mean, it shouldn't have happened anymore. Like I said, if that happens, I mean, the 6K should be about the lowest one that's going to happen on this chart, right? If you go any under 6K, well, then it's a real yikes territory, right? I can't see how Bitcoin is then gonna go, gonna recover from that. But, you know, like looking at this right now, I mean, going under 6K, I don't think that's gonna happen, right? So yeah, that would be kind of the last area to defend. And probably, you know, knowing Bitcoin and what it did in the past and how it reacts on this price action, it's probably gonna defend that point if it ever gets there, right? But 10K at this point, 10K is very, very viable, and I still think it's going to happen in the future, right? But I'm not going to try to predict it because there's no point to it just now, because now we're still in bull market and we are continuing with it, right? I mean, we can do again a little bit of a box. This box still goes around. We've been doing this box now for, what is it, for like 4 weeks, 5 weeks. We've been doing this box a pretty damn long time. And there's a reason why we did this box, and this is actually one of the reasons it's happening right now, right? So let's elaborate a little bit deeper what Basic David was talking about, right? This is one of the box when you don't really want to see, sideways action. And I'm gonna tell you one thing, right, Basic David. So again, if you look at this closely, right, this is again a V play, right? And if you play this V play correctly, right, look, you actually had a scalp here, and you could have made money of it, right? It wasn't a lot, but you can made it that extra 1 or 2%, right? But what I'm trying to say is when you start moving sideways in a box like that, it's usually never a good news, right? So what you're gonna do then, sorry, what you say, Arnold?
It looks like distribution.
Yes, right? Exactly. So and sometimes a lot of people say it looks like distribution, but it doesn't necessarily. It could look like it's so easy to miss up distribution and accumulation in an area like this. So that's why when you do a high time frame box for it, I'll probably say that it's distribution most of the cases, right? And that's why I really like to break down the structures into smaller ones. So basically go on a smaller time frame. I like to break them down even further and then kind of, you know, limit the areas which we need to hold and gain for us to go higher. And definitely for me right now, right, if we're looking at high time frame already speaking, if we go under 16K, it's over, right? I mean, it's for that point we got probably like 70 to 80% chances that it's over for this one, right? That we're gonna really have a hard time going any higher on Bitcoin in this season, right? So that's clear, right? But of course, getting there, it's like 3K, right? Sorry, let me just close the telegrams down. I mean, I don't want this shit pinging me all the time. But of course, getting to that point is also already a 3K move, right? You don't want to miss a 3K move, right? So essentially what you can do it, if you really didn't go for aggressive shorting, right? Because you're feeling you're kind of following the trend, right? And you don't have any hedges open, you can break it down into areas like this, right? And so far you can see that this area has been strongly held by Bitcoin. So we can identify this area as the main area on the smaller time frame. So now if we start breaking this area, so we start closing under this area, we don't have to wait all the way down here for us to open a short, right? No, we're gonna open a short already on the pullback somewhere around this area, right? We're gonna use this area as to do a short on pullback. And what we're gonna do then, we're not just gonna hold this short and say, okay, we cut the top of Bitcoin, this is it, we're now going under, I don't know where, right? No, we're gonna cut this short right here, and then we're gonna go as Bitcoin goes, and we're gonna flip it long. I'm sorry, not gonna flip it long, we're gonna hedge it long, right? We're not gonna give up on bull markets. That's the thing. You should not give up on bull market. It's easy. You short it on a lower time frame. You absolutely nailed the lower time frame, but higher time frame, remember, you're still bullish. So when it comes down, you should respect the higher time frames and actually get a long at it, right? Get a hedge long at it, and even if it's wrecked, you shouldn't be sad about it because you protected yourself. It might not be wrecked now, but it could be wrecked in the next, I don't know, run or the next 2 years or something, right? Because the problem is people always remember the times when they got wrecked, but people never remember the times when they actually won trades, right? So it's always important to, when you're trying to identify what the trend is going to do, it's always important to play both sides or you're going to get wrecked, right? I mean, and you're just not, and yes, I could say that playing a short right here is less than 50% chance, right? But also, when you take in the fact that 50% chance, right? Is it wrong to play trades that are less than 50% chance if your absolute target, or should I say if your absolute value is so fucking huge? Like we are talking about, right? Like what are we talking about here, right? I mean, essentially we're talking about 18K down to 13K, right? I mean, that's a 30% move or 6 grand. So even if that trade is less than 50%, I mean, are we not going to take 6K possibility trade on the Bitcoin or maybe even 10K area, right? I mean, who knows? It can go down to 10K and we actually nailed it 45% drop on the market, right? Which is absolutely fantastic, right? But that doesn't mean that we won't belong in 13K. That doesn't mean we won't belong in something here or something here, right? These are all areas that we will draw out. And if we start seeing something like this, something like this, we will still long. Even though we have lost this, we will still long these areas and try to get us scalps out of it, right? So we are always going to be, you always want to be playing both sides, right? This is why you hold one side like a spot, right? So what I usually like to do, so let's just say if the market is bull, I like to hold Bitcoins as my spot position and then play on Bybit, BitMEX, doesn't matter where, right? You go there and you play scalps against the other direction or with the direction, depends on, you know, what the heck is even going on at the time, right? And this is how you're gonna make the most money. Obviously, if you look at these guys that try to predict one side, and they try to predict one side hard, and by that what I mean, they go all in, right? So they say, okay, so Bitcoin at 3K, right? Bitcoin at 3K, I'm gonna go all in here, right? Okay. I mean, if there ever was a position to go heavy on it, it was definitely 3K. I agree with that, right? I will not undermine a comment like that, right? But I'm also gonna say, right? I mean, sooner or later you're gonna get heavily wrecked doing that. It's like, this is not sustainable, right? If you're gonna trade one side and you're gonna go heavily on that side, you're not gonna be sustainable for a long time. Sooner or later you're gonna take loss, or you're gonna take 2 losses in a row, and those 2 losses in a row are gonna wreck more than half of your portfolio because you're going all in. Or sometimes some of those losses, sometimes even worse, what people do is they short, let's just say they short 20K Bitcoin, right? And they say, well, if it's not gonna hold 20K, then I'm just gonna close the trade, and then trade starts going their way, right? And then it doesn't go their way and it starts gaining 21K, and instead of closing that trade, people will say, well, look at this, I mean, it's overextended, it's definitely gonna go down sooner or later, I'm just gonna hold. And then it goes to 24K, I'm just gonna hold, and boom, they're liquidated, right? This is not the way to trade. You will also get wrecked like that, and this is how most people get wrecked actually, right? And this was especially during the times in 2017, 2018, when people were trading altcoins. Oh my god, right? I mean, guys, people had some levels. Let's just say this was a good level to long the altcoin. The altcoin came down, they longed it, had a little bounce, and it just went down. And what did they say? And instead of stop lossing it, long it again, right? And we all know where altcoins left, right? We all know that altcoins went under the low. Sorry, not actually to zero, but you know, they all went under the previous low, right? And this is how most people got wrecked at their portfolios entirely. And even if you look at them today, most of the coins are still under here, are still under the low, and we are in pretty much a pretty bull market, right? So those people will never recover. Most of those people that were holding all of those shit coins, even on Binance, most of them will never recover, right? Unless you're one of the lucky ones who is holding a really hot one at the moment, right? So we can see from Bitcoin, I mean, you can break it down to smaller areas, and this is the area you need to hold still. If you start moving downwards, I will be coming up with more shorts, guys, and I will be riding them with you, and then longs flip into longs, and so on, so on. I will be doing this stuff as well, right? I wouldn't be. And well, yes, I mean, this time around we can check actually Bitcoin dominance to kind of get an idea what is gonna come in on alts, and shit. It's, yeah, so yeah, it's holding the area or not. Yeah, we already said last time that's not good when you got a couple of bigs like this, and now it's actually holding the area. So I guess we're gonna be retesting something higher, right? So either retest here or even higher retest these, right? So one of these are gonna be retested now. and then we will hopefully, that would be the last retest, because here, as you can see, again, we went quite deep, right, on the Bitcoin dominance. So that should be enough for us to break down essentially under this area, right? That we should maybe do a quick retest to the top and then start breaking down and then losing the area again, and then altcoins should be doing a lot better as well, right? I mean, altcoins this year are a little bit slow. I mean, they're a little bit funny, right? I mean, they usually had way more defined runs, but this time around they were kind of slow if you look at it right that way, right? So I mean, I don't know what the holdup is this year, but I guess everybody's still trusting Bitcoins, right? And there are a lot of people out there buying Bitcoins again, right? So a little bit of a Ethereum analysis, like, I mean, so far, I mean, we still said, I'm gonna wait for this wishful thinking area. I hope it's not wishful thinking area. I mean, it's getting pretty visual, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I mean, the longer we stay in this quadrant, I mean, especially in Bitcoin, it's getting a little bit more visual, I'll admit that. But I still have to have my hopes up for it, right? I mean, I still have to believe in it, because, but if it's not gonna happen, then fuck it, I'm just gonna sell Ethereum and then hedge something against the short, right? I mean, obviously I'm not gonna be holding my position to something that I just described, that what people do, right? But again, as it comes down here, you know, I'm gonna long it, right? You definitely know already, and I'm gonna probably make a video about it too as well, right? But this is the area I'm gonna long for sure, 100% long right here. I mean, this is, you don't even have to think about it here, because I mean, like we already explained, this is the last point of defense of the bull market in this case, right? I mean, should I say the last high frequency point of defense of the bull market, right? So you should for sure belong in this area if you want anything from it, right? And you don't have to knife catch it. You can actually wait for it to come all the way down here, and then you can go on smaller time frames. I recommend like 15 minutes or something, right? And then you can place a little bit of a smaller stop loss at it. But if you don't know how it's done, right, if you don't have enough practice at it, then yes, I would suggest knife catching it rather than, you know, playing that, right, and just putting the stop loss somewhere between the lows, because, you know, crypto doesn't really like to take out the lows. That's more of a forex style. So yeah, I mean, you should be, as long as you're placing those under the lows, you should be pretty safe, and Ethereum shouldn't screw you up. Let's just check Ethereum dominant chart as well. Ethereum dominant chart reacted nice from the area, I see. That was a nice reactment. Okay, let me see. That's actually pretty nice. Okay, now I wouldn't want to go under this. Let's just hold it like this, and we are gonna be fine, nice and dandy to continue on the alts. Actually, a little bit higher now, because we already, if we zoom in a little bit, I don't think we already tested this. Let me go 4 hours. Yes, I wish I wouldn't want to go under this anymore, actually. Yeah, so I'm gonna pull a little bit higher this area, yep. Wouldn't want to go above this, because again, you created a nice standpoint. So going under this would be a little bit, but even if it comes down here, I would still long it. I mean, obviously I'm not gonna long this chart, right, because it's Ethereum dominance, but if it came down here off the chart like this, I would still long it down here. I still think this is a pretty good point of defense. Even though it actually goes under the main area, it's still a worthy trade down here, right? If this was a normal, obviously a normal chart, right? Okay, so then Ethereum Bitcoin, let me see how that one is doing. So that one, this survived for how do you say, a mouse hair, and shit, it still didn't break this. Okay, so yeah, still we're waiting to break this, go here, and then we can test this, something like this, you know, and go after the day. But I guess it's still not happening, right? I mean, Ethereum is still slacking around. 2.0 wasn't enough, and I'm really curious, guys. Did anybody enter the 2.0 contract, or I mean, has anybody locked in their Ethereum in 2.0? What the API is like and such, if somebody has done it. Like, you could lock in 32 Ethereum for like 2 years. So I'm not sure, I haven't checked what the API is, but would like to know if somebody did it. I still think you can make more. I know it's not high, but I still think you can make more by just, you know, trading like we did the main things. Like, you don't even have to trade this low time frame. You just wait for it to break down, and then you just take the higher time frame trades, right? So you don't have to, right? BTC Perry, I'm actually all off now. Okay, that's for the trade that we checked before, right? Biggest movers I've noticed lately is Comp BTC and Sushi. Okay, so Comp BTC, I mean, for Sushi I heard that they closed, oh damn. For Sushi I heard that they closed farming, right? So I guess there are no free tokens being handed out anymore, so I guess that should be all sold now, right? If I'm not mistaken. So for comp BTC, I mean, that's not actually not a bad chart at all. I mean, okay, so look, you finally found the bottom, that's for sure, right? So you finally found the bottom, you finally did it, you finally started gaining something to the left side, and this is what I like to see at this chart. Maybe, you know, I would say that I'm a tad late, because I would essentially want to be on this move already. This is what I would want to capture, because I'm for sure not capturing this, right? Let's get this straight. I am not capturing this move, this first move on the up here, right? So this, I would definitely miss this one, 30%. But then the second move right here, that would be the one that I would be catching, right? And that would be my kind of move. And you can still see that a lot has been made from that move, right? Even more than from the first one, 40%, right? And since we are a little bit late right now, well, there are quite actually two possibilities right now. I'm going to be looking at something like this. Wait, I'm going to drag this and I'm going to actually check how this looks like on 1 hour. Oh yeah, sorry, this one is not going to work out. This one has been tested. So now you can only go hyper bullish and you can only smash it up here. Yep, that's the only one you got left. And you know, at this point I don't feel safe like smashing it so far up, because I do not know what's going on with this coin. But I mean, if it gains to the left side here, then you absolutely have to, right? I mean, that's a pretty good confirmation. But if it stops under here, I mean, it's gonna be a little bit questionable. It's still doable, but it's a little bit, you know, it's a little bit you know what I'm saying? So I mean, so yeah, so far I would still do it, and you probably got a pretty good stop loss here, I'm not gonna lie. So what would actually make me do this trade is pretty good stop loss. I can't imagine that being a high percentage. Yep, we're talking about 5% here, so that's a pretty good stop loss, not gonna lie, man. So maybe this trade is not that bad at all, right? And then you will take it, the first profit take, you would take it to about here, a little bit under this. So you are taking out 1.5%, right? 1.5R or 8% move, so that is pretty good. And then for the second profit take, I would just aim the high of the previous one, right? The one that really matters, if I'm not mistaken, that is one that is conjunction to the right, sorry, to the left. And yes, it is, yeah. So I would be taking it right under here. You can front run it a little bit, you know, why not? Just that you get filled for sure. And that one is gonna be 20% there, or 3.7 hours. So yep, that is pretty nice trade. That's a nice trade. With such a small stop loss, it's probably worth to take in. It probably has a bigger than 50% workout ratio, especially if it closes above there. So I wouldn't hesitate so much, yeah. Maybe I'm just overthinking it a little bit, that I don't like to be taking trades so high when it's so extended. But you know, you gotta be careful with these alts, you know. Alts really like to fuck you around sometimes, right? I mean, I am on BTC apparently. Let me check it. Comp USDT actually. Wow. Okay, so this was where we first said that if it goes, yeah, I still remember this one. Holy shit, that was so far back. And it's even more beautiful on the USDT, because again, I would have missed this, but this is for sure. This is like on USDT, I'm 100% I would capture this, and I would even be awarded more. Oh wait, maybe not, 43%. So yeah. That is pretty good. As you can see, a specialty, right? I mean, look at this, right? So we can see that these areas, like this is a really good indicator, right? I mean, not the indicator, but just saying, right? This is a really good indicator towards that you had a good area in the past, because look at it. So we did these areas, I don't know, probably when Bitcoin was around 10.5k, and I guess we didn't say if it holds this or if it doesn't break this, then we're not taking this. I don't know what the idea was behind that, but you can see, look, when the price came up, right, it reacted right on the area, right? And this is what you essentially want to see. If the price is reacting from your area, you definitely picked a good one, right? And you can see those areas are probably old, like, I don't know, 3-4 months old, right? And when you came up in December, you still reacted to it, right? And even here, right, when you came up in December again, you still reacted to it, right? Even though it wasn't a big reaction, you reacted to it. And that's the key, right? If you react from the areas, well, then you probably picked a good one. But the real key is if you can find the areas that will give you the biggest reactions, right? Because obviously this areas was good and better than this one, right? And it gave you a lot bigger reaction than what the upper one gave you, right? So the real key is identifying the areas that will give you actually the biggest reaction. This is where you actually start mastering the trading, especially in altcoins. If you can start seeing these areas, and it took me a long while to do this actually, because it's a lot of practice, but when you start seeing them, alts trading becomes just so much easier than becomes much easier than even the regular markets. Alt trading, if you done correctly, during the market then they move, right? It's much easier than regular markets. So yes, if you're doing good in crypto, it doesn't mean you're gonna do good in forex, right? Because on charts like this you can do extremely well and you're still not gonna be not gonna be worth the shit in forex, right? I mean CTCI, I mean we played this coin so much. You remember this, Arnold, right?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
We had so many trades at this coin, right? And when you so many trades during the early days, right? I mean during the summer this year, right? And then I went on vacation and I missed the biggest move, right? I still remember this clearly. This is exactly the week when I went on vacation and CTIC made the biggest move without me, because I said to myself, I'm not gonna follow the markets during vacation, and then I fucked it up, right? But what I'm trying to see, right? Look at these structures. I mean, look at this, how good the structures reacted. And this was one of my most favorite coins of this entire year, because even during the worst time in crypto, or sure, I'm not saying for the worst time, but even through the bad time in cryptos, we had such a steady reactions of this, structures, right? And the low was just never swooped. So you could always place a standardized stop loss. You always could place a standardized fill position, and you always got filled, and the TPs were just hit, bang, 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 right? Just easy does it. It was hitting TPs all day long, right? And it's just reacted so beautifully. And I know we made 10%, a lot of 10%. We had a lot of 10% trades in this area, right? And this area has really lost it from like 10 to August. So it was like, what, 5 months, right? Or something like that. A little bit less. Yeah. So it was really turned out to be a really great coin, right? And even as it went down, right? I mean, look at it, right? If you look at it even closer now, this is really important, right? What I always tell you about extended structures, right? So look at here. Here you do a little bit of a base structure, right? You do a little bit of a continuation. You retest all the levels, right? You retest all the levels simply. Everything is tested on the chart. Everything is looking beautiful, and you get in the trades. People are feeling their trades on the levels. And then look at this, sudden explosion, right? Now here, nobody filled the trades, or should I say, not a lot of people filled the trades in, right? Explosion, right? So then you start with that, kind of a distribution, right? And look, as you came down, you didn't stop at this area. It just went through, right? Why? Because as fast as you went up, as fast as you go down, right? This works in crypto a lot, right? So again, and now you came back to these areas that we traded before, and look at this, right? You just did areas and you retested the levels normally. Everything was retested on the way down. You could have shorted this one easily. If this one had shorts available, this was one of the most beautiful coins you can short. It doesn't get more beautiful than this. Every level on the way down was tested. You could just re-add to your shorts, take profits, re-add to your shorts, take profits, etc., 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 right? Until the trend flips over. And again, look at the trend. When it flips over, very much clear, right? You go down, you go sideways for a little while, and then you start gaining to the left side. And again, as you gain to the left side, you retested it on the other side, bam, right? And you had your pump. And again, this was one of the plays that we did, right? We got wrecked once. I think we got wrecked around here, and then it came back up, and then we took it again here and went up, right? And this is the sort of a beautiful coins that you want to trade. And these coins are really standardized. I mean, it's like you will harder get a more beautiful chart than this, right? And you can see in crypto, especially traditional with this, right? I mean, this chart really puts it well into fact, right? As fast as you went up, as fast as you went down, and when you came to the levels where it was really retested, but a lot of liquidity was put in, you can really see how greatly it just retested it, didn't do any sudden movements, just slow pumps, slow dumps, and just continued down until it found its bottom and it started reversing the trend, right? So yeah, you can see these charts are really beautiful when it comes to the end of the day, right? So where we got David. So when you get to your favorite BTC D chart, we got to 6.1, then we could bounce back for a while. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. So sorry, I already was on BTC dominant chart, right? Yeah. So right now, I'm really hoping that we're not gonna go above this, right? That we're not gonna go above this. We're just gonna reject somewhere around this circle inside here, right? That would be real nice, and then start losing this, and for the alts to be start reacting more perfectly from these guys, right? So yeah, I mean, I guess it is my favorite chart, but you can't trade it, right? I mean, unless you're gonna be mixing up some alts or something with it, you can't trade it otherwise, right? So yeah, XRP will have a Spark governance token airdrop on 12th of December. Oh yes, I think you told me that about this the last streams. Will it be great? Sure for them? Then maybe even 11th, depending on how much pumps on that day. Okay, so yes, you told me about that the last time. I told you to talk to me again so we can actually see what the hell is gonna go, right? I mean, at the moment right now, I wouldn't long it, but shit, I mean, no, I would have to do a little bit of research, right? So first of all, I wouldn't know what Spark governance token airdrop is to begin with, but you most likely have to hold XRP to get it, right? So I hope he'll pump more before Spark Snap, but I'll keep my XRP. Yeah, see, that's the biggest issue, right? He has a good point. After the token drop, it will most likely drop. You know, that he has a good point there. I mean, if history has learned us anything after after airdrops, or should I say, how's it called again? What did Bitcoin Cash do? Forks, yeah, after forks, the tokens usually drop for that moment, right? But what I always usually do, hard forks, yeah, thank you. What I always usually do, I check if it has any value, right? So what kind of value can we actually expect from that, right? The Spark governance. Do they have any technology? It's just random shit. Are they just trying to print some extra money? It's a really important question, because with Bitcoin Cash, it was actually a pretty big key why was I playing that, right? I mean, because I knew the nodes and the ABC is going to be worth something, because they're fighting each other. And they're actually producing some stuff to make it more valuable, so one of them would win, right? But here, Spark, I'm not really sure, right? How good are they, right? Do they have anything prepared, or are they just, just trying to print some extra money out of there, right? Because that's really important. And how it just kind of, hanging around here, and each bounce a little bit smaller, shit, I mean, this could end up being down here in the time of Spark, right? So he has a good point there. I mean, you know what I would do? So in those times, like, I'm gonna tell you like this, right? What I would do in these times right now, because it's looking so grim, right? Again, you're gonna have to accept the fact that you can't make the maximum money out of it, right? So what you would have to do is you start buying some XRP on spot, right? And then you move yourself to like Bybit, or doesn't matter. I mean, just one exchange, FTX, Bybit, BitMEX, doesn't matter, right? And you start shorting the same kind of tokens on spot, right? So then you kind of create the perfect hedge position for yourself, right? You're holding a lot of tokens on spot, but you're also shorting the same amount, and hopefully without leverage. You can also leverage it out to kind of save your money, so you can buy as much as you can. And then you're holding the both positions, right? And so far, if I'm not mistaken, on XRP, you're not gonna pay any, what's it called, any, fees over time for holding, right? You're not gonna pay fees for holding short or long. So essentially, if you play this right, you're gonna get those Spark tokens with a minimal loss, right? You're obviously not gonna make any money on the XRP tokens, but if the Spark tokens end up being worth something, you're gonna make a small minus loss on XRP, because you're gonna pay fees on those trades. But Spark tokens could make you a lot more money, right? On Bitcoin Cash, I didn't do that, because Bitcoin Cash, when it came to hard fork, it was on really good areas, so I was just long in it, right? And it actually played out real well. But on XRP, I would do exactly like that, right? So buy spot tokens, make sure you hold them in the right wallet, then go Bybit, Deribit, BitMEX, FTX, and short the same amount of XRP, so that you're entirely 100% covered, and then just collect the tokens in your pocket, right? And sell both positions. And preferably, you most likely want to sell a long position before you sell the short position, right? Because the short position will most likely go down, right? So I would then first focus selling long position, then short position, and then, just keep the Spark tokens for what they are worth, right? And that's actually the smart thing to approach, right? I mean, if you're already holding SRP, that's a problem, right? Because you can fuck yourself immensely if you short it right now and it starts going up. Then you've been holding for so long and you have made minus on that and now extra minus, right? So yeah. Wait, remember, with the Spark airdrop, you only get a small percent of your Spark. They are distributing it slowly over 2 years, I think. Oh wait, so what are you telling me? You have to be holding that XRP all the time to get that Spark out? Or can you just do it at the day of the screenshot and then you get it over the course of 2 years? That's really important question, because if you can just hold it at the day of the screenshot and then you get it over in the portion of 2 years, that's actually even better. Because I mean, if it's going to be such a long distribution and you still get it, even though you're not holding XRP, you're going to be creating some massive hype for it, right? So your first couple of batches will probably be sold pretty high. So I would actually go for that, you know? So, I mean, that's actually fantastic, right? Then I would do that for sure, right? I mean, just get a spot back and short it on the other exchange, right? Create a hedge for it so you're nullified and just hold it. I mean, I'm pretty sure on the couple of first early batches you're gonna make good money if it's gonna be, you know, a slow if it's gonna be such a slow distribution. So I do think that is actually a pretty good trade-off. I mean, I would definitely participate in it. I might actually look it up right now after you mention it. So it's on 12th of December. I'm gonna actually participate this as well if that's the case. Oh yeah, sushi, BTC. What are we looking at? Sushi. So sushi halted halted farming, right? The farming is done. I think everything has been distributed. Pooh, again, late to the party. I mean, this one is late to the party, not gonna lie, man. This one is considerably late to the party. Yep. Oh boy, we are already above this point. Yeah. Shit. So you can see we wouldn't have nailed the long right here. We would have nailed it from this old area right here. Crap. Yeah, this one is out of the question. It still gave you 30% from that. Sadly, no, man. I can't give you a smart advice about this one. Can't give you a smart advice about this one. Like, the only thing I'm seeing right now is this right here. If it gets stacked for a profit take, then I would be long in somewhere around here. And that's about, what is that? About, yeah, still 30%. I don't think that one. I mean, I think you have much better tokens out there that you can play at this price. But yeah, I mean, essentially that's correct. It went all the way down to 50 cent. Man, I wasn't following this coin at all. After I stopped farming, because I was farming this coin a shit ton, right? I was farming before it was even listed on Binance. I was just selling it every day, right? This was definitely one of the best coins as well for me in this year, because it was just, I mean, essentially you didn't have to do anything for it. You just left the money in and it just farmed every day, right? But I didn't know it went all the way down to 50 cent and then actually recovered like that. That's actually amazing, right? I stopped following it completely probably about this point when the farming really got low. I just stopped following completely. But I see, yeah, I mean, it did actually pretty good. So we're kind of late at it. For sure, we're kind of late at it, right? I mean, so far I would wait for this and then maybe long this, right? And then again, this is about 30%. So I don't even think it's worth it that much. I think you have a lot better shit out there that will make this more valuable, right? So I don't think you should be doing this one, to be honest. I mean, there are other better plays out there, right? Uni USDT, yes, for sure. Uni USDT. Uni USDT. Okay, so Uni USDT reacted beautifully in the areas, but now it looks like it's gonna be crunching down as well. Well, I mean, we already know. I mean, this has been now tested for several times, so I'm guessing that this last test won't last, right? That this last test would actually break it and we will go lower. So I'm gonna have to believe that's gonna happen. And then this is gonna be the next point where we're gonna be looking at if there's gonna be a reaction for it. And if it's not under there, well then, you know, this was already tested, but you know, okay, so this theoretically could be another point of buy, because after you went up, you actually gained more than 2 levels to the left side, or actually 3 levels in this case. So I actually do think you could, this could be another longable area right here. So one of these two circles will for sure react, right? But I'm not going to say that before it breaks down under this. I mean, definitely right now you've tested it about 3 times, right? So now it's going to be a 4th test. So it's looking a little bit grim, right? I mean, you haven't really went higher above this, right? And it's now testing it for the 4th time. So yeah, it's kind of start looking a little bit bad. And it's the same thing on Bitcoin, right? I mean, it's starting to look a little bit shabby as well, right? You drained a lot of liquidity from it, right? But you still, it's just one of those trades that you can still take a scalp at it, right? And kind of praise. But here I wouldn't be taking, because here you obviously tested, right? At least on Ethereum, when you created this, it was first test, right? But there you tested it 1, 2, 3, so I wouldn't be taking the same trade actually, so scratch that. That was my mistake. Here I wouldn't be taking trade at all. Nope. Here I'm just waiting to see where it pans out and absolutely not touching it or doing anything else with it, right? Maybe with moves in comp and sushi indicating the DeFi era is not over yet, could it be here to stay? Well, let's check it out. I mean, let's see FTX, right? I mean, let's see what the hell is going on there. DeFi perp index, right? Well, yep, for sure. It's not out, man. DeFi area, like I'm gonna say it like this, you know, when you say DeFi area or DeFi era, sorry, is not out again, right? The problem is, I mean, it's again like Bitcoin, right? So you went up a lot and you went up real fast, right? So what happened, right? Are you surprised that we did a 90% drop? I mean, have you seen what those farms did, like Sushi and all of that, right? I mean, we all knew it's gonna happen, right? I'm pretty sure we talked about this a lot, that this shit is gonna die. I mean, because what is DeFi if not a glorified Ponzi schemes at the end of the day, right? It's just a little bit different, but the same thing. I mean, for me, if you talk about it, it's the same shit, right? I mean, we have these farms with incredibly high API, right? The kind of API you couldn't imagine in your life, right? And it's somehow happening, and it's somehow gonna be profitable, right? So anyways, what happened, right? Because we went up like this, right? Probably even steeper, right? It was even faster up, right? So what happened? We just went on 90% down to retest the origin of the pump, right? So we did it, right? So now it's not gonna go from 100 to 0 and not happen anything, right? It's like not gonna be like this, right? Unless it's a total scam. No, it's most likely gonna be something like this. It's gonna come up, it's gonna come down, it's gonna come up to retest something around here, right? And then it's gonna follow, right? So the thing is, what I'm trying to essentially say, you're not gonna have a 0 to 100 and over, right? You're gonna have 0, I mean, you're gonna have 100 to about 90% down, and then retrace, and then a little bit more down, a little bit more down until it dies out, right? And let's be honest, I mean, nothing just goes up and dies immediately, right? I mean, that's a real rare occasion. But do I think that we're gonna see a bigger run in DeFis than we did in the past? I don't think so. I think the top for DeFis was in. I don't know what kind of thing DeFis could have do right now. I mean, could have done right now for them to make him so legitimate that they would actually top out to what they did back in the past, right? I mean, it would have to be something huge or something. If people still don't somehow realize that these things are just not how real life works, I guess they're purely being run by our greed at this point, right? Purely being run by our greed, right? But after seeing something like this, right? There are some coins that are potentially same with this, right? ZRX, REN, REP, right? And also Tomo, Rune is good coin, right? CRV, look, like, I mean, this guy is gonna drag him down. I mean, this guy is worth a couple of billion market cap, and it's still being released daily, right? And then you got DOT. Okay, DOT is definitely good, right? And Link, what? I didn't even know Link is DeFi. What the fuck? Okay, that's a new for me. Okay, so Link, and then you get Band. Okay, Band, I know, went up 1,500%, so definitely dragged them down. Sushi, I guess Sushi, they halted farming, that's good. Oh, also CRM, also invested in this one. This one actually stopped me on a trade. I was like, man, this guy's got the best exchange team that I've seen in a while, and then totally wrecked me. So that was bad. Okay, this one is still being farmed, I know that. JFI, I think it's... I mean, JFI is out. It's out, right? UNE is still being farmed, right? I think it is still being farmed. So yeah, I didn't even know that Link is gonna be in here. Like, no idea what Link is doing. I mean, it seems to me like Link is everywhere. You know, just if you can place it in, just place in Link, because Link is the best coin for all these Link Marines, or how they like to call themselves, right? So yeah. So I don't think the era is gonna be hard, and was, unless people really find a reason for it or they reinvent something. But I don't see how you can keep up with 20,000 API, right? Percentage. I mean, the kind of crazy APIs, I don't know, man. It's just being fueled by pure greed. And I'm not gonna say that I'm any better because I played those farms as well. I didn't play them, I just farmed them, right? I mean, I'm not gonna say no to free money at the end of the day, right? I mean, I only farmed the main ones, like that had... they had their contracts checked. I never went into the shitty ones that, you know, were hacked or something like that. But essentially, after I calculated, at the end of the day, sure, you know, for the first few days you made like 10 to 15%, right? But the issue farm was, you risked your entire money. This is why I stopped doing it, right? You risked your entire money, right? And the problem is, yes, you make 10 to 15%, but in the essence of the rock pool, you're gonna get fucked, right? And I was thinking to myself, like, sooner or later, I'm going to get rock pulled. I mean, 60% of the farms are getting rock pulled, right? And even some of the big farms like Pickle and all of those guys got rock pulled, right? So I was like, fuck this, okay, I'm just gonna stop farming, right? Because this is not worth it. Because it's not a good play at the end of the day, right? You're risking 100% of your money to make 10% of your money, or even if you're late to the farm, you're risking 100% of your money to make 2 to 3, 4% of your money, right? Or whatever the number is, right? So at the end of the day, I just figured out this is not worth it, man. This is like taking a really bad trade, right? And if it goes bad, you're out, you're gone, right? So yeah, I mean, so do we have any more coins that we can analyze? Arnaud, has anything been asked in the chats before we started the stream?
Nope.
A lot of talk about Filecoin.
Yeah, maybe that one.
Filecoin? Which one? Which exchange are we doing? USDT? No, USD. Futures. What is Filecoin?
Bittrex, oh my god.
I think I've heard about Filecoin, but maybe I have lost my track of it. Fiber, no, I mean USDT, right? Has to be Binance. Have I heard about this coin? I think I did. Have I got any idea what it does? Probably I don't. Okay, I mean Filecoin, like what can I say about this? I mean, why is this chart so trash? What the fuck is this? Like, I guess, I mean this shit, man. Hate to break it to you, but this one is a little bit trashy, man. You know, I don't know what there are a lot of like one thing is for sure. Okay, they definitely got some market makers in here. That's a pretty decent volume, right? But why is this coin not moving anywhere? Are they just faking volume? Because I mean, seeing this doesn't really resonate with me, right? I mean, this is a way too much volume for almost zero movement. I mean, you've been basically in the same space here for how long now? Let me see this. It's been here for 40 days. I mean, this ain't natural for crypto. So it seems to be high volume, zero movement. What is that? A bad market maker? Seems like it is a little bit of a shitty market maker, or a lot of coins being released and they're just supporting. They're just trying to support the price before it dumps. Because if that is true, if they're releasing a lot of tokens and people are selling, that's why the price is here. And when the release is gonna stop, they're gonna boom, man. If that is true, then they're gonna boom, because if they're keeping the price right steady right here and the token release stops, they're gonna go to $40. This is all. I mean, this is how it goes when you got a big token releases, and you're just barely supporting the price, and you're keeping that one level, right? And then people finally run out of ammunition to sell, and then it just boom it, right? Then it just boom it, and probably even harder than this. Because if that is the case, then this is a good chart. But if it's the case of just faking the volume and nothing really happening, then this is a bad chart. This is a trash chart then, right? So that's the only two plays I would say that are good on Filecoin, right? CTK USDT. What happened here? Oh, okay, so we didn't go above this. Oh, okay, I get it. Yep, didn't go above this and trade got wrecked. Well, you shouldn't be taking in the first place if we didn't go above this. Okay, so I guess we rejected this and start just closing down. Yep, so this trade is not acceptable now. So what again? I'm gonna do exactly the same thing, because you hold this. I'm gonna say go above this, take the trade. Exactly the same thing. I mean, nothing has really changed on this chart. I mean, even though you crash down and it looks drastic, nothing really changed on this chart, right? You're still holding this area, go above this, and this trade then becomes open to you. I would take the exactly same trade, right? I mean, this trade wasn't even taken in the first place, because I'm seeing you have to break this line for you to take this trade, right? So I hope you didn't follow this one, because I'm pretty sure the instructions were pretty clear about it, right? I mean, unless, right, we didn't talk about it before. The last time we checked OXT on Binance, but checking on Coinbase was, oh, okay, OXT, yes. Wait, what was that coin? A VPN coin, right? What is it on Binance? Coinbase USD probably, yeah. So is it true? Oh shit, wow, what the hell? Okay, this looks a little bit different. Wow, that was a good long position. Oh my god, why did you not tell me about this one in like September or something, bro? Man, that's the best trade you can get. Like, it doesn't get more clear than this. Shit, bro. I mean, if you feel it down here, hats off to you, because that's one of the most beautiful trades you can get. Was that like up like was that up? Almost went up 100%, didn't he? I mean, it is slow. It is slow, but this is one of the best trades you can get. I mean, it doesn't get like, you get a huge move, You get a huge move and then you slowly return back to the origin of the pump. This is what I keep saying. I say that many times again, right? I mean, this is how they do it. And if you got this trade, well, this is a beautiful trade. Hats off to you, right? I mean, it definitely has a beautiful history, right? I don't know what the fuck they actually did here, but they had to release some strong news for that to happen, right? I mean, wait, how big was that bomb actually? Let me check this or not. Did we miss a huge bomb? We probably did, huh? 400%. You missed 400% Arnaud in 3 days. What were you doing with your life? I'm gonna ask you. See, if you didn't party back in August 2020, right? You would be rich now. But you partying Arnaud. You staying out there, you know? You partying during Corona times.
Nope. I was in vacation. Same moment as you.
Oh wait, that's actually during my vacation. Oh wait, is it?
Just after.
Yeah. Oh, it's just after me, yeah. Okay, so I got no excuse on this one. Just been too many coins. Wait, so first of all, you gotta be holding this area. Yeah, okay, you're right on the edge of it. So if you filled it down here, it's still definitely a hold, right? I mean, it's definitely a hold. I wouldn't be closing this one anytime soon, right? Unless it starts going under this green one, right? But here you want to break this as soon as possible, hold this area, and then this is going to be a relong. This is actually going to be a pretty nice relong position if it goes up here above here, because you got to the left side, you got this, and you even got this, right? So that's a pretty good long position if it ever goes above there and it comes back down again. So I would be taking that one for sure. So yeah, OXD, I mean, on Coinbase looks a lot more beautiful. Definitely missed the trade of the one. It could be potentially a trade of the year. I mean, because it's so beautiful, but then the reaction wasn't so strong. So yeah, I mean, couldn't call it a trade of the year, right? I mean, it would have to give you a lot more percentage than that. I mean, sorry, because we are in crypto, and 80% in crypto is like meh, but in you know, regular markets for 80% they will suck your dick for a whole year. Every day. Hello 4C team, sorry for my tardiness. Lots of work, super busy. Thanks for stream as always. Oh, Satoshi. Oh my gosh. Satoshi came. I don't know what you mean by tardiness. I mean, if you're being a little bit late, you know, that's, you don't have to. that does make you tardiness at all, right? But Satoshi, I'm glad you came. I mean, we obviously missed you on the stream, man.
No, the stream can start.
Yep, I know. Because Satoshi came, yeah, you can say the stream can start, right? We've been in for 1 hour, but now the stream can truly start, right? Satoshi is one of those guys, you know, which you just can't start the party without him, you know. I can imagine that in real life. Everybody waiting for him before he rises. Again, look at that. A pretty beautiful trade happened down here. And again, we're late to the party. Fuck my life. I mean, you guys are calling me the coins that we're late to the party. And this one actually turned out better at the end of the day than the one OXD that we did before. But at least this one has a pretty clear refill spot. I mean, come on, right? I mean, this is, at this point, this is a pretty clear refill spot where I would go for a little bit, maybe extend a little bit before. Yep, a little bit above. Pretty clear, my boys. Clear, sorry, boys and girls, guys. You know, I can't be discriminating one. 20%. Yeah, I mean the profit taking the best, right? I mean the stop loss. Oh shit, the stop loss is deep. The stop loss is deep. Yeah, I mean not the best trade. Not the best trade, guys. I mean this has to be a little bit higher, you know, and then. But again, if it's gonna go a little bit higher, you're gonna have to move the inch again up, right? And then you're gonna have to be you're gonna be stuck with some half-assed stop loss, and that's exactly what's gonna happen. I can predict that. It's exactly what's gonna happen because it happens all the time, right? And then you know it's gonna be reacting somewhere. But I mean, it is nice. It is nice. It's still a profitable trade, but I think the better can be found on the markets. I think the better one can be found on the markets, man. Favorite alt long at the moment? Shit, what would be my favorite alt long at the moment? Well, it's definitely not Link after that profit take being hit. I did play XDB and that profit take was hit last night. I just wrote it in the channel. I played this one. I bought it. Was buying it right here. And it hit my profit take with 2.6. I had it on 2.6. Yes, right here. Last night. That was hit just last night. It was beautiful. So I think that was my favorite long, but technically it's not my favorite long anymore because right now I'm out of it, right? I'm just waiting for a refill spot around here. 180, yeah, something like that. We'll see if it happens, right? What else? What else could be my favorite long? I mean, I mean, Ethereum, I guess. Yeah, Ethereum. I couldn't call it a favorite long anymore. Shit, what else am I playing? I mean, I'm still in Neo, right? So that's also a good one. I'm still in, I'm still in Neo, but that one, looking at like this, cannot be the favorite long. It's definitely not ALBT right now because I got stopped on ALBT. But I guess my favorite long right now is the project I'm currently invested, SpiderDAO, right? I guess that could be called as my favorite long right now. Because most of these coins, due to the fact, I mean, the profit takes were nicely hit, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, almost all of them hit my profit takes, but to now single pointedly out say which my favorite long is that I'm expecting big money from it, I don't think I got one right now because most of my main longs hit the profit takes, so I'm not so much extended anymore, right? Wait, I was watching also Tomo if I should do a long at it there, yeah. But I kind of got missed, right? I mean, I kind of got missed on this one. I didn't exactly play as I wanted to, right? And as you can see, it didn't even give you a nice reaction. It was only 20%, right? So yeah, I mean, that's a good question right now. I guess the new project SpiderDAO, that's my favorite long, right? And and I can't even call it a long because they don't even have a chart yet. They're coming out in the middle of December, so then I'll see how high the token lists. Then I'll actually say if it's my favorite long or not, right? Do you think we can use screeners to identify this kind of trades? Screeners. What is a screener? Am I being retired? But what is a screener actually? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that is. Is that some kind of an indicator or something? Or am I missing an obvious joke here? What? What is it? Arnaud?
You have one just here,
Oh, this.
Yeah, so
What the hell?
you can identify a gainer, a loser, or based on indicator or so.
Well,
so yeah, maybe you can use that.
I mean, you're asking me too much because this is something I have never used before.
But
so
otherwise, the best screener is your down arrow, and you do your list, and that's it, right, Alex?
I mean, that's it. Okay, so what I'm seeing right here. Okay, so you just stack up your favorite things, and I mean, I got my favorite things on the right side. I mean, this I don't think that would tell me much. Wait, shit. Maybe it would actually. Now that you mention it, volume. I would love to put my coins and then see volume, and if I see high volume on one coin, I could jump to it.
Yeah, maybe a pump.
That's not even bad. Or change, right? Look at this change, right?
Yeah.
That could also work. Like I would say, like, what the hell is this, right? What happened here? And then wait, you could just double click it. Oh, you have to drag it down. Okay, that's kind of painful. So I would see something like this, and then I could jump at a coin. But look at that. You learn every day. You learn something new. So you guys just taught me a new thing. This is actually something that I might explore in the future. I probably won't do now because I'm too busy, but yes, I do think you could actually use something like this in the future. You could say what had the biggest change or what had the biggest volume, right? And then you would use this. You would just in the morning you would come and say, okay, look, this one has the biggest volume. Let's jump on this chart and see what the fuck happened here, right? And then you drag it down, right? And you're like, oh yeah, look at this. You got something happening, right? And now if you look at it, you already see a long area right here, right? This is kind of a so not a bad suggestion. Not a bad suggestion at all. I have never seen this. I have never used this, to be honest. And I gotta say, not a bad suggestion at all. I mean, I love it. I get to do the stream, and you guys actually taught me something as well. So I actually love this, man. Thank you very much for this. I do think I like play around with it, man. I do suggest it. I have no position, not shilling. No, I'm just saying, like, if I use it, because I could see this, right? Because I'm not interested in this low volume, but when I'm seeing something like this, I get excited. And with that simple click, if I just could see what the biggest volume of the current coin is in the day, or choose the biggest move the current coins are in the day, that would actually be fantastic. I do agree with this, because, right now, how I do it, I just go, right? Click, 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 and then you have a lot of these shitty charts in between, like when nothing is happening. Look at this, right? I don't want to see a chart like this, you feel me? Like by my pointing with my hand towards my screen, right? You guys can see my hand, right? I say I don't want to see a chart like this, right? That's what I'm trying to say, right? So yeah, I mean, yeah, stock screener. I think there's can it actually be modified to Binance, because it says stock screener? But goddamn, Arnaud, then we have to do it. Oh yeah, crypto screener. What the fuck? Most capitalized saved. Look at that, man. Look, this is beautiful. Change. What had the biggest change? What the fuck is Spice USD? What are we trading spices today? You can trade spices in crypto? Volume, sorry, volume. That was what I was looking about. Look at that. Look at that. 0 volume coins, right? That's lovely. What? BTT?
There is nothing in green?
That's gotta be fake. That's gotta be fake, man. There's no way BTT has 6.8 billion. No way. Yeah, that's gotta be fake. Jesus, look at this. I mean, that's gotta be fake for sure. I guess we gotta trade at it, or we had it. I can't even remember, but that's gotta be fake volume for sure. So I mean, I'll explore this a little bit more, right? Yeah. I mean, yeah, definitely went up a 6.8 billion.
There is nothing then.
Yeah, but are we gonna say 6.8 billions? That's a little bit ridiculous, right? But yeah, I'll explore this a little bit more. So what we got next, video streamers. So alt perp index may be the best long. Yes, I mean maybe yes. Alt perp. Let's see. Alt futures. Oh shit! I don't think this is the best long of them all. I think we are quite late on this long, to be honest.
Yeah, it was here, but no.
Wait, let me see a little bit higher time frame. Yeah. I mean, he's got a point. But this was tested. Satoshi, it was tested. Unfortunately, it looks quite similar to Bitcoin or Ethereum right now. I don't think like you can trade Bitcoin or Ethereum. It's because you're capturing the essence of this chart quite well right here. Maybe those are a little bit more extended than these are, but it's basically the same chart when I look at it like that. So I wouldn't say that's the best one to long, best long at all. Yeah, click below you left. Thank you very much, man. What do you guys think of Theta as an alternative to... Wait, what? What do you think is Theta as alternative to YouTube for your show? Still not very popular, but it's the central platform free of censorship unlike YouTube. Well, first of all, I mean, we don't have a censorship problem. I mean, I do like to say a curse word here and there, but essentially I try to keep it PG-13, even though PG-13 people still can't trade because they're not 18, get it? But I mean, I'm not really. I mean, I don't think I have problems with censorship, right? But
No.
I mean, the problem is the YouTube is obvious king, right? So if you went on Theta right now, you probably wouldn't have any audience at all, right? I mean, at the end of the day, if you get some views, if you get some likes and all of that stuff, obviously it means something, right? You obviously want some evaluation that these videos are actually being watched, right? If nobody was watching the videos, I probably wouldn't do it, right? I wouldn't be doing it. I don't say that I don't enjoy doing videos. I definitely, I mean, the stream and all of this stuff and doing videos actually helps you with trading. I'm not gonna lie, right? It sharpens up your skills because you have to do it on a daily basis, right? And not that I'm not trading on a daily basis, because I do, but let's just say even if I want to take a break, I'm like, shit, I gotta do video, right? And then I still gotta go on chart and I gotta find a good trade and then I gotta find a good area, and it just kind of sharpens up your skills, right? It doesn't allow you being lazy, right? But then you obviously still want to see some views, you always still want to see some likes, some comments, right? And you like to engage with people, right? I do actually enjoy a lot more when you guys ask me questions. I got something to talk about on streams, right? So I don't hate it at all. I'm actually quite surprised how much I like YouTube, right? Obviously I'm doing this for free and like I'm not charging anything for it, right? But I'm just saying, it's just right now that I'm doing for free, I'm actually kind of happy. I still enjoy it, right? I mean, I enjoy doing this kind of shit, right? I don't know. Just I guess engagement and views and everything is enough, right? So I guess people are happy, right? People get to make something out of it, right? And if people make some money, I guess my goal was completed, right? I mean, there's a lot of other channels up there, but which I've watched, and most of them don't show you the entry. They just say something is bullish, something is bearish, and you find yourself at it. I just try to show how I'm gonna take my trade. That's all at the end of the day, right? And I don't really find it helpful when people say, I don't know, Bitcoin is now bullish and it's gonna go 100K. Like, I don't find that helpful at all. Like, why are you telling somebody that Bitcoin is at 10 grand and now it's gonna go to 100K, right? Like, I just find that absolutely ridiculous, right? I mean, I'm gonna say, like, some of those predictions are gonna turn right to be in the future, but you got so many predictions that eventually, obviously, one is gonna be right? You have no position, you're not shilling. Now, I'm not saying that you're shilling, but just imagine, right? The YouTube is king at the end of the day, and the most of the audience is here, right? And you probably wouldn't have any audience there, right? if I tried all day to filter some coins with the scanner wall. I mean, if you can figure out, if you can put entire Binance on that scanner, and I'm just saying the BTC and USDT contracts, right? And you can put it all there. I think that would be a very worthy tool. Just seeing it for now for a couple of minutes. And if you could do that with Binance, I think that would be a pretty good tool. Like obviously you have to throw out all the shit, right? That's in there, like I don't know, Spice and all that crap, right? But just keeping the Binance coins in, I think that could be a pretty good tool for you to quickly find the areas. Like you just jump on the coins that have the highest volume of the day and just quickly find these trades and areas, boom, 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 and you're gonna get the best trades out of it. So I do think this trade, this screener thing can actually be pretty amazing. It could be pretty amazing. Satoshi, I think they have it listed as token volume. I think they have it. I'm not sure what they have listed token volume of. So the screener thing, or I'm not sure what that is implying to. Thank you, Alex and Arnold. See you in 7. Well, yes, Classic David. I don't know what there is at 7. What is there at 7?
In 7 days.
Oh, in 7 days. Okay, so okay, yeah. So in 7 days we're gonna be seeing each other again on the 15th. Yes, that is correct. Roberto, CTSC BTC is moving after you mentioned it. Okay, so I guess I do have some audience because people seem to be buying. But that wasn't I wasn't trying to say to buy CTSI. I was just giving a really good example because this is an ugly chart. It's not as beautiful, right? I was just trying to say how a CTSI, a chart like this can really be perfect, right? Can really capture the essence of alt trading, and observing a chart like this. A chart like this to a normal eye, people would just say another chart, right? But to an experienced eye, this is beautiful. This is like a piece of art, right? And I'm not crazy here. I'm not going crazy here, guys. But this is a chart like this can teach you a lot. You can learn yourself a lot more from a chart like this. Just purely observing it, seeing the reaction points, seeing the stop losses, seeing what it did before it went somewhere. It is really I mean, it's really art at this point, the art of trading, right? And you know, if somebody was to take time and really analyze this chart, I do think they would learn much from it, right? They would learn a lot from it. And it's not because I'm bullish on their coin or anything. I couldn't give two shits about that thing, what they have going on. But the chart they painted here is really a masterpiece, right? It really is. After mentioning the screener, yes, in 7-Elevens. Wait, what in 7? Oh, 7-Eleven, yeah. So BTT on the screener seems to be token volume. Yeah, I mean, it is token volume and seems to be fake, right? Obviously, there's a lot of... Wait, how did I do that? Ah, okay, this is how you do it. Okay, I'm learning, guys. Obviously, this is fake. This is fake. Like, there's no way they have so much volume. Yeah, this is fake. Like, look at this. Like, look at how much volume are we talking about here? And look at how little... Like, this is all fake. Like, let's not lie, right? I mean, this is all fake. So, you would kind of have to... you will kind of have to filter it out, right? Okay, this I don't even know what it is. So this essentially what South Korean. So this just got listed, I guess. So I guess that's normal to have such a volume. Let's just see this. Okay, this still haven't found its bottom. So this listed just today or last night. This still hasn't found its bottom. But it is finding bottom. Okay, so shit like this, it's probably gonna move now up after seeing this. Boom, boom. Yep, it's most likely gonna go a little bit up now before going further on. One for the road, Max. PNT USDT. It's gonna be a Max Alex. People call me everything, huh? PNT USDT. One for the road. Did you set me up with a shitcoin? Of course you did. What is that? PNT. What the hell is PNT? Why do I not know half of these coins, man? Like, what is getting listed on Binance these days, man? PNT. Okay, I mean, I like that. One for the road, you say? I mean, you got it, Satoshi. You got it, man. Like, this is definitely here. Definitely agreeing with you, man. This is here, the stop loss on it is. If it works, it works. If not, right? I mean, definitely longable. Definitely longable at all, right? I mean, it's definitely not looking bad. I'm not sure what the shit they are doing, but I mean, at least it gained this to the left side, so you gotta assume that it's gonna be a little bit bullish now, right now, before it breaks it down, right? So I would say one for the road, looks good. Vitsk, what do you think of hard USDT? Again, hard USDT. What? Is that another coin? What is this, man? What is hard USDT?
Oh my god.
What the fuck is this? It's like you're getting a hard, like, I mean, just want to talk about, you know, they listed during the No Not November and their token name is hard, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It looks,
already, that's, I mean,
it
that's
looks
kind of
like
explains to me why it was crashing, right? Because obviously nobody can not during the November, right? But look, after December, look at this, look at that, you know? The use of Pornhub went up, you know, and they obviously went above it as well. And probably because I mentioned that word right now, I'm not gonna be PG-13. Fuck my life. I guess I do need that platform after all. But yeah, shit. What the hell? Shit. Well, it's yeah. I mean, like it's been tested, man. It's been that this shit. Fuck no. I mean, it's looking good. Not gonna lie to you, bro. It's looking good for sure. I'm gonna have to use some fibs on this one. Wait, actually, I'm gonna have to use some fibs. I gotta see something more about this. I'm gonna use some fibs just to get a little bit of clue. What the hell? Okay, 6 stopped it. Let me get a let me see which structure is gonna be good enough for me. Because it gotta has. I don't really have a good structure because no one really reacted from the left side as well as it should. But I'm gonna use this one, but it's probably not gonna be okay. It's actually gonna be right. So okay, I would be aiming at this point next. This point I'm gonna be aiming at next because you already reacted from this one. You can see you already reacted from this one, and you already filled this one as well, right? So you can't fill it. If you're not holding it right now, I wouldn't be trading it. But this is where I would aim for my next TP. And you know, being fibs is not 100% right, but this is where I would be aiming at my next TP. And after that, if you can manage to gain 8, then I would actually stretch it all the way to 16, right? And then I would say to up here, yeah, and that would be from there to there, 50%. So if you could do something like this, you can still take the untested level. If it comes through here, test the untested level, I would go in and then hopefully hope for that one, right, to be regained and go above. So yeah, I mean, it's actually not that bad. Oops, it's actually not that bad, but you know, right now I can't take it anymore. It's been tested for sure. Even if I zoom in, yeah, we already had 2 weeks down here. So the only position you could take about it, the only position I would aim is this, the really bottom one, the really bottom one. That's 95 cents, 96 cents. That would be the only one that I would aim at if it's even possible, right? But like I said, it's extended for sure, right? We are definitely late to this party, and look at how extremely aggressive you're playing it because we missed this point, right? So yeah, that would be the best advice I could give you on this one, man. Already made some 30% profits? Well, that's what I like to hear. If you longed it on when the No Not November was over, then you definitely make a good percentage. Oh, actually made up 90%. So you most likely longed it from here. But if you longed it from here, congratulations, because that was definitely a correct long to do. That was a beautiful trade if you longed it from here. So I do agree with it. Okay, I guess we can slowly wrap this one up. I mean, it's been 80 minutes.
It's the longest stream.
It's the longest stream we ever had. I mean, look at this. Satoshi, like, we had to do it, you know. Satoshi came late, so we had to do a little bit extra on him, right? It's a USDT on Viagra. Exactly, Kim. Exactly. It's Launchpad coin when we can farm it on Binance. Oh, okay, I get it. So it's one of those. Yeah, okay. You can farm it on Binance and it gets listed. So that would explain it. Oh, wait, I actually gotta add it to my list. Add to watch list. And wait, what was the coin before? PNT USDT. I gotta add that. Yeah. So I start catching up with that. I haven't updated the list a little bit. Like Unify. Yep, I got it. So no long 1x. Man, I mean, sorry. Yeah, I understand. Like I would call everything long, right? I'm not talking about margin. I would call everything long. Yeah. Well, Satoshi, no, you guys are the best. Well, you guys are the best. I mean, you you guys are the best as well. Yeah. I'm going to rewatch the stream after we wrap up. Must watch TV. Well, thank you, man. Thank you for giving us that view, then, Satoshi. And also, if you guys like this, please smash the like button, right? We do like if you guys smash the like button and subscribe to our channel as well, because we do these videos every day except Sunday, and we also have a weekly stream on every Tuesday. But next week we're actually gonna do it on 16th. Before I go, I have to say that. Gonna be on Wednesday 16. I hope you're okay with that, Arnaud.
Yep.
Because on the
No problem.
15th, as I forgot to mention, the Spider token shit is launching, and I have to be there because I want to trade it. I want to trade the more my own thing that I invested in, because I'm possibly gonna buy some more of it because it's good, right? So I want to be there, present at the chart on a minute time frame, seeing it where it's actually gonna go. So I'm gonna have to trade. I'm not gonna be able to do a stream. So then I would like to move the stream to the 16th of on Wednesday, 16th of December. So thank you for understanding, guys. And I guess we will be seeing each other next one, right?
Yep.
Right, Arnaud?
Take care of you guys.
Yep. Thank you, guys. Bye.